Alright, what's up y'all? It's Jazz. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning back in. If you're new, go ahead and hit subscribe. As always, we're going to go ahead and jump into this reaction. If you guys have any other suggestions or reaction requests, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'll shout you out in the video. I'll tag you in the description. We're going to get into do you use the N-word? This is Africans and African Americans, truth or drink. So, y'all, I hadn't even watched this video yet. I seen that it looked kind of interesting to me, so I was like, yeah, I want to see this. Like, I want to get into this. Because it's like, do you use the N-word? Yeah, I use the N-word. Like, I'm going to say it like a couple times through this video. It's you know, I have a different perspective on it, but like, let's get into this video and see what they think about it. Yeah.
What does the N-word mean to you?
I hate that word, but have I used it with the A sound before? Yeah, with my close friends.
I don't like I don't like when Africans say it.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, again, so this is Africans and African American. Africans and African American. That's kind of cringy to me. That's kind of cringy, y'all. Like, Africans and African Americans. This is so off topic, but I feel like African American. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna even get into why that's cringy. But let's skip ahead. Let's just go ahead.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi. I'm Taysida.
I'm Abdul.
I'm Khalif.
I'm Jordan.
We're doing Africans versus African Americans, truth or drink.
It's not really verses, but
Well,
it's just
and
Black girl, African gentleman.
I'm hella African. I'm black. Hey.
First generation, both my parents were born and raised in Nigeria. My tribe is Igbo, and I stand on that.
Period.
Yeah. They're the best
Well,
tribe.
my tribe is Compton. And I stand on that.
Want some shot?
yeah.
What the
I
fuck?
like Hennessy.
How you gonna take my shot glass?
I was pouring you a shot. You know I'm a gentleman.
to being black.
To being black, yeah. Who do you... okay. Why did I get started off spicy? Who do you think gets laid more, Africans or African Americans?
What?
Africans, to be honest, because snow bunnies are there, so therefore they want a taste of everything, right?
Yeah, like
So-
culture sampling. Yeah,
What is a snow bunny?
yeah. You got to clarify that one.
A white girl that likes African Americans or Africans or just black people in general.
I mean, honestly, I feel as though Africans have the gift of gab.
What?
I feel like they really want it, they're gonna get it. So I would say Africans get laid more. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yes, I actually would agree. No, I live in an apartment that is predominantly Africans and African Americans, and most of the African people I see walking around has a lot of kids.
Yeah, well, yeah, we got here somehow, so.
Yes.
There might be a lot of different types of American women who might judge African men and would not want to sleep with them.
Yeah, I would say probably black men.
Black men?
They be out here.
Yeah.
I feel like African men be presenting as more got it together too. You know what I'm saying?
The Nigerians,
Like,
especially.
yeah, shoulders up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Chin up.
Yeah.
Like they walk around with confidence.
Exactly.
How do you feel about the term African American?
It just feels a little confusing simply because to me the African American culture and the African culture does not have camaraderie like I feel like we should. And I always feel like I don't really identify with African American because that part of the African side don't really embrace me. So I'll be like, I'm black. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I would embrace you. You're cool people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't like when some people say it.
When like the super allies
Like-
say it.
Yeah, African American. It's like,
For like black people in America, like we are as American as it gets because we've been here for better or for worse since the creation of the country. Versus like when you say like African Americans, it kind of denotes like a generation ago, this generation, 2 generations ago, they're from a different country. But it's like, no, we've been here longer than like half the white people been here.
Take a shot if you have ever used the term African booty scratcher.
Absolutely not. I was called that.
Okay, so we're just getting into, that's one of the questions is, do you use the N-word? Okay, so they getting into like a variety of questions though. Just different things that Africans and African Americans go through or resonate with, or so this is just a variety of stuff. Okay, so we're gonna get into, do they use the N-word? Does which group use the N-word? Why or why not? Okay, so this is even a little bit more interesting to me because I thought we were just gonna be having a little conversation about the N-word, but we're getting into all kind of different stuff. And I'm like, the first question, like, do you get laid? Who gets laid more? I was like, oh, what? They caught me off guard because I was like, what this got to do with the N-word? Honestly, I don't really have any African friends. Like, I hate this. This shit is so cringy to say African and African American. But like, I never really sat down with somebody from Africa and just had like a one-on-one about, just conversation, I guess, like anything. I bet they think we're spoiled as fuck over here. We are. We definitely are. African men do seem to have it together. And, it's not to degrade, like, black men over here in America, but it's like, they just seem like they have it all together. The ones I have, like, kind of met, I wouldn't really say, like, we're friends, but the ones I have encountered, they seem to have, like, they seem to have money. They seem to be well off. They seem like they just have it together. They own businesses here in America. So I'm like, okay, y'all just come over here, from Africa. That's cool. That's what's up. Owning businesses. And I'm like, damn, okay. All right. It's kind of strange to me sometimes when I see other cultures. Like, it's not strange because why not, but it's just like, people, I guess the perception of stereotypes, and you always kind of think like, oh, it's harder for other races to get jobs here because one, they have to learn to speak our language. Like, everything is different. Like, just basic things like the culture shock can be weird coming from anywhere else. You got to learn America. You got to learn our words, learn our slang, just the customs, like, and then to understand like how to get a business started seems like a lot, for somebody that's not from here. They're not used to how to go about the process of owning a business or how to get that started. But I'm like, honestly, I don't mean to make it sound like it's rocket science, but because like if I were to go to Spain, like, first I would have to just get used to Spain. I don't feel like I could go over there just ready to start a business yet. I need to understand the language. To me, a little bit, like, I need to understand who's gonna be my buyer. I need to learn some about this country because it depends what I'm selling too. Like, I don't want to go over there just looking like the blonde. Like, if I'm the boss, I gotta kind of know what's going on over here in Spain a little bit. So I'm like, they kind of, not just Africans, like, just all different races come to America. They're so good about just like creating businesses, whatever, like networking. They come out here and just seem like they have it together. Now, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of black men have it together over here. They have conquered the, whatever, getting money. They've conquered like chasing the bag, getting the bag, and they doing their thing. So I'm like, I don't know. I guess I need to go like talk to some more African people. Or just be like, hey, you mind if I ask you a few questions? Like,
definitely like African booty scratcher. People used to call me Midnight.
I got called Midnight too.
Oh, Dark Vader.
Yeah, me too. And I love Star Wars.
You
don't like Star Wars?
I would never watch it because of that.
Darth Vader.
Okay, so
wait, what's
Darth
his name?
Vader. His name is Darth, Darth, but people would call me Dark
I'm
Vader.
sure black people does not know his name is Darth.
They knew enough to call me that.
They call me
Darth
Dark. Dark Vader.
Oh, maybe it was a combination of both. I know they called me that, though. I know what they were saying.
It was a play on words.
Yeah, probably.
I just think black people didn't know, to be honest.
No,
I don't think
the
they
black
knew
people- I
either.
mean, I don't know. My elementary school, they knew.
I don't think they knew.
I don't think they knew.
What does the N-word mean to you? Do you think you take offense to it as much as African Americans do?
Depending on the context, I've seen people consciously not say it around people that they view threatening, or like, oh, that's a real black person, versus like, oh, Abdul, he's fucking the
They think
engineer
you're like
Abdul.
unharming. They
Yeah,
think you're cool.
I'll sing along with this song, and I'm like, oh, Abdul said it was cool with me. That shit pisses me off. Yeah.
I hate that word, but have I used it with the A sound before? Yeah, with my close friends.
Can I? I don't like. I don't like. I don't like when Africans say it.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't like when Africans say the N-word.
With the just any type of way?
We're different. I do hear you and understand you, right?
What? I didn't know. I didn't know that anybody had a problem with. Shit got me just discombobulated. Like, I didn't know black people had a problem with other black people saying nigga. Like, that's a thing. I don't have a problem if an African says it, like, 'cause you black. You black. So, like, let me let him just explain.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't like when Africans say the N-word.
With the just any type of way?
We're different. I do hear you and understand you, right? Every African, I promise you, every African that says the N-word, I tell them, do your parents say it? And they all be like, hell no. And I'm like, so why do you?
Never.
My parents say it, my grandparents say it, and their grandparents say it. No African parents, grandparents say it.
Yeah, I will say mine
You
will
get what I'm
never.
saying?
Yeah.
So we gotta work hard to get rid of it. It's like, y'all picking it up because it sounds fun.
I'm glad that you shared that with me because I never heard someone have an issue with African people saying that word.
Ooh, I think you should get your shot ready. This shot.
Hold on, y'all. Was he on to something? Like, hold on. Because I've never had anybody break it down like that before. Like, that's just like what I said. Like, if you're black, I mean, I've heard that the N-word used to be negus, like Negus. And that was different than niggas. But, like, over time, I guess it became, like, derogatory. Or if somebody is watching this, please help me out, like, if y'all know what I'm talking about, because I've heard it like being used in another way long time ago, but like I said, it got the slang caught on from so many generations, and then it just became like cool. What's up, my nigga? Like, hey, nigga, like, it just became like the thing to say all the time. So I don't know, and to some sense I understand, like, some people want to stop saying it because they're like, oh, we're not niggas, and then some people want to be like, hey, this is where it came from, so it's nothing wrong with saying that's my nigga. Like, some people use it as in a term, that's my brother, or whatever the case, and I'm like, it's I feel like it's a lot, that it's a controversial word, and I don't think anybody has ever got to like the bottom of it, of if it's acceptable even amongst black people to say and to use. Like, from my understanding, I would say the etymology of the word did not derive from slavery. So, like, with that being said, I feel like there may be some reasons around why it is acceptable to say that, but that's another story for another day. What do y'all think? Like, because Africans, their parents, I've never heard them say that before, honestly. I haven't. They don't throw that around like it's just like Americans do. We throw it around left and right, but like Africans don't. I've never heard them say. I've never heard him say that. Like, I have, but it's not like common. It's not a common thing with them, you know. And I don't know why. Maybe because they don't hear it as much, like at home through family. But I know I have had some African people that I used to know, and you know, when I lived in another state, and you know, we used to chill with them, and they would say it, but they're younger, so I'm like, maybe it was just became like the slang, you know. But maybe let's say African people, let's say like 35, 40, do they use the N-word? Do they just throw it around like the younger people? Because younger people, we quick to just use slang for everything. So.
Talk your shit, twin.
Name 10 African countries in 30 seconds or take a shot.
Ooh, 30 seconds? You're rude.
You got 30 seconds to try.
That's not a lot of time, actually, for someone who's
fucking Ghana.
I don't know the difference of countries and cities.
We'll find out.
Morocco, Cote d'Ivoire.
Is Zimbabwe one?
Ethiopia, Ghana, Nigeria.
Niger, Chad.
Somalian, Nigeria.
Kenya, Gambia, Somalia.
Halfway there.
No, it was 10 or 5.
It's 10.
Damn, you're
What
crazy.
about that guy?
Nigeria.
West Africa.
What? West Africa.
It's okay. Go ahead and take a shot off the spot.
Zimbabwe. Why am I blanking?
Sinhalese. Is that a country? Is it a city?
We're close. I'll accept. I know what you meant.
Madagascar, South
No.
Africa, Equatorial Guinea, and Mali. Oh, damn.
Do we really not know like African countries like this? I don't know. I cannot name 10 off bat. Like, it would take me a while. In like 30 seconds, no. Hell no. I don't know. It would take me all day to just kind of think. I'll be like, okay, Africa. I have to visualize Africa and try to like remember what I can see on Africa, like the map. I would not notice. Like, that's sad. I've let down the African culture. Like, that's fucking sad, bro. That's sad. But could they name 10 of our states? Probably. I give them the benefit of the doubt. They just seem smart. Like, is it like Americans? Are we dumbed down? No. No, they did a good job though. Like, the other girl had it. I would fold under pressure. I would have to take that shot.
Senegal.
Not Senegal. Senegalese. I'm thinking of like
Senegal.
Lord Jesus.
Who do you think white people dislike more?
Honestly, I still don't think they
American.
really know the difference.
In a professional setting, I hear a lot about white folks really preferring to work with Africans because we really are a lot more submissive in a way.
I think they hate black people more than African people.
They hate the descendants of slaves.
The model minority myth exists heavily in the African community, to where like they've been brainwashed to think that black is bad, everything else is good. They're the good ones. This is what you should be as a minority. Go to school, be polite, all the respectability politics.
Speaking of being trained to think black is bad, y'all, I don't know. This is the first thing that came to my mind, right? I was at a marathon run this weekend, yesterday. And I went for my manager. My manager was doing, she was in the marathon, running over the bridge. I don't know. So we were there for a couple hours. She got done with her race, right? And they had their bibs on. And so we were sitting out here chilling, like eating our snacks after the race. They was giving out all kind of stuff. So we standing here talking. Somebody walks by with a bib on with their numbers and their name that says 666. And she was like, oh, shit. She's white, right? She's like, oh, that's the devil. And she was like, that's the devil. Oh my God. You know, I don't fool with that. I don't want none of that bad juju on me. And I was like, okay. And then my black friend from work, you know, she was like, yeah, I don't do all that. That's a devil. That's the devil's working all this. And I was like, and then my woman was with me. She was beside me, and she was like, y'all, that's not a demonic number, or, you know, some evil ass spirit or whatever that it's been normalized to be. She was like, it actually means black. And they was just like, girl, what are you talking about right now? That's the devil. Like, are you slow? And she's explaining to them, like, it's 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, you know, and y'all know what I'm talking about. And going into the details of how that number is not evil or demonic or whatever, and it simply means black people, melanated, you know, folks. And it's like, and I'm like, sometimes that's the first thing that resonated with me. Like, sometimes it's the perception of what you've grown to know that instantly makes you think something negative about something, when in reality you just haven't gotten to experience something yet. You know, sometimes people fear what they don't know. So that's kind of what I get. I'm like, sometimes, you know, some people can treat you bad or treat you in a certain way. It's because they have this stereotype of you or this perception, and they haven't even gotten to know you yet. So I'm like, you're fearing me. You don't even know me yet. Or you're fearing a number that you haven't heard anything but this negative, like this negative aspect around this number. So you actually have in your mind that this is some demonized number. Like, you know, from like, but yeah. It's wild what we believe, like, as good or bad, just based on what we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of opinions about stuff, and we fully hadn't even delved into the matter yet. Like, a lot of people have strong opinions on stuff when they hadn't even scraped the surface yet. And I'll be like, damn, you will die behind this topic, bro. And we hadn't even got to the heart of it. Like, we barely scraped the surface of this conversation. And you can just tell it's no turning back with you, huh? Like, there's no coming back. There's no resonating with you. There's no reasoning. Like, we're just gonna... It's hard. It's this very weird thing.
Anybody black, it doesn't matter. Anybody who's perceived as black, they just see us as black people in threat. And the more chocolate you are, the more issues you're gonna have. Honestly, yeah. I don't think they can. Really?
Mm-mm.
Okay, do tell.
I feel like if me and another dude is standing side by side, and we get approached by the police, I think that if he has an accent, it's gonna make him less dangerous.
The police?
Yes.
Maybe I missed the question. I just saw you.
Oh, you're right. Well, white people, I think of all white people as police.
They're police.
Period.
This nigga from Compton.
Okay. You know, white people police black people, like, for no reason.
Take a shot if you've ever said Wakanda forever.
Have I? I probably, like, I definitely have at some point, but like not, like at some point, yes.
Hold on, what liquor? What are they drinking? Oh, it doesn't show. I just wonder what they sipping on.
I might take a shot with you.
To Chadwick Boseman.
When the first movie came out, I took a girl to go see it.
Yeah.
She's African American.
Yeah.
She legit asked me after the movie.
Oh no.
She said, "Are you from Wakanda?" I was just like,
Okay. I've never asked that.
Damn.
like, are you serious right now? Like,
in what ways are Africans misunderstood?
I think we're misunderstood, maybe kind of on the topic of like my home country, right? In Ethiopia, and having war in Tigray. When I told my coworker there's war that just started, he was like, "Oh, but doesn't that happen all the time?" That was his response. Someone I respected and I enjoyed working with him brushed it off.
I'm fully convinced that like some white people I've met still think like most of Africa is just like dirt huts.
yeah, like living in huts, not having water,
Yeah.
not really having food.
There's 54 different countries in Africa. It is unfair to just lump all of Africa into one, to like, oh, You said you're from Africa? I have a friend from Nigeria.
Like, people aren't interested in the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
Good. Emotional at the end.
I know.
I don't like that.
I feel all warm and fuzzy.
I don't feel like Americans really know Africa like that. I feel like I'm slacking. Like, this makes me want to just do a crash course on Africa. Like, I read about Africa and I read about a lot of different stuff, but when it comes to like just basic ass questions, like, you know, he said there's 54 countries in Africa. I wouldn't know that off the top of my head. Like, that's something. Like, I can name some the pyramids in Africa. I can name some of the deities of Africa. I can tell you some of the stories of Africa, some of this, some of that, but it's like the basic stuff, like how many countries, and like name just 20 of them. Like, I don't know. I feel like I need a crash course in just the basics of Africa. And that's funny because when he said something like to say you're from Nigeria, I don't feel like people really separate the countries like that. It's just like you're just from Africa. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, maybe we should just have a crash course on what's in the different countries, what goes on, what's over here, cause Florida is not like Alaska. You know what I'm saying? You know, Cali is not like New York. So it makes sense in a way, you know?
Some things we agree to disagree on, you know, but finding that common ground of we both were called African booty scratchers, that was deep, you know?
And Dark Vader.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And we're both chocolate.
Boots.
The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
The darker the flesh and the deeper the roots.
Hey.
Yeah.
Man, I kind of want to see a part 2 of that. I do. Because that's different. Africans versus African Americans, that's kind of different. That makes me feel like they didn't ask the Africans questions about, like, could they name some of our stuff? But still, that makes me feel like I need to re-up on my, like, African culture. Like, I need to, like, yeah. But I love the discussion. Like, what did y'all think about that video? What did y'all think about that? If y'all like that, let me know. Drop some comments. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If y'all want to leave me some reaction suggestions, I will shout you out in the next video. It doesn't matter what it is. If you find anything on YouTube you want me to react to, let me know. Like I said, I'll shout you out. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching and supporting me all the time. I'll see you guys in the next video.